Hey everyone, Sylvia here, and as you can see, I'm in a very different place, a much more aesthetically pleasing place than my room, because I am in Flair's fashion closet. Flair is one of the top fashion magazines in Canada. So Flair invited me to come into their closet to get ready with them in partnership with Covergirl, Pantene, and Olay, and I was like, yeah, let's do this. So I'm doing a look that's kind of different today from what I would usually do, and it is a pop art inspired makeup look. And Flair is actually giving me a whole fashion makeover, so if you guys want to see the rest of the videos, hop onto their website, I'll link them below, and you guys can see my finished pop art look. Makeup list. So I like to start with some sort of cleanser, especially if I'm doing a look that is a lot about the skin. A lot of times people will put makeup on their skin and it looks cakey, and it's not the product, it's your face. So today I'm going to be using my Olay Regenerist Luminous Brightening Cream Cleanser because I want a nice bright face for this look. And I'll be using my Olay Regenerist Facial Cleansing Brush to brush away and help exfoliate things. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the second speed for max exfoliation. I really like this cleanser because it helps with uneven skin tone and helps with brightening, and for me, as you guys can see, I don't really have like too many blemishes, but I do have a very uneven skin tone, unfortunately, but this cleanser will help me out, and it smells really good too. So this brush, like I said, it really helps exfoliate a lot of the dead skin away that cleansers usually can't get by itself. You know when you get flaky skin? It'll help that a lot. Like, look at all this dirt on the brush that it was able to take off that my makeup wipes could not take off. I don't know, yes, can you see this? Can you see this? It is like a pink brown. That's kind of disgusting in a very satisfying way. I like the bristles on this brush because it's a lot softer than some other ones I've tried, but also it still really exfoliates well. I mean, my face is feeling soft like a baby's bum. So now I'm going to use the Olay Regenerist Luminous Tone Perfecting Treatment, and like I said, really bad skin tone situations. This has helped even out my skin tone, especially when I want to do a more like clean skin look, and it comes in a nifty dropper like this. I like products that have droppers because it's like kind of like medicinal looking. So that makes me feel like a pharmacist of some sort. So I'm just taking like 1 or 2 drops, and I'm gonna pat it with my fingers and pat it into my face, which feels so good because my face was dry but it's squeaky clean from the cleansing, and it absorbs really quickly, like right away into my skin. As soon as I press it, it's zoom, like my skin has drinking this thing. So it's good because then I can move on to the next step, moisturizing and whatnot right after without having to wait for it to dry. So the next thing I'm using is very important to this look because you really want a nice glowy looking base because it's all about that clean skin. So I'm going to be using the Olay Regenerist Luminous Tone Perfecting Cream Moisturizer, and it smells like heaven. It's great. And it also helps fade dark spots as well, which, you know, seeing my skin, I obviously need. I always have such uneven skin. Why is that? Tell me. I feel so velvety. So now for the face makeup, I'm using the Covergirl TruBlend foundation. I am in shade L5, although they have so many different shades, which is what I love the most about them. And it also blends really easily, so even if you choose a shade that's not really your color, I mean, you can't really screw up that bad because it goes right into the skin. As you can see, it's like invisible into my skin within just a few seconds. I'm also really liking the texture of this foundation. I find that I don't really need to wear a powder with it because the texture of it when it dries is very nice and velvety, so I don't need a powder to kind of get rid of any greasiness, which is good because then it's just one step, and that makes it one step easier for me. So I'm going to use my super beat up Covergirl and Olay Eye Rehab Brightening Concealer to help brighten my under eye circles because they're bad, very, very bad. This one blends really easily as well, which is why I like using it when I'm really quick on the go because it just takes a couple pats and it's all blended in. Looking more awake already. I'm so awake. So I'm going to be using the Covergirl Brow and Eye Maker for my brows, and I start off with the, what color is this one? Soft brown in the center portion here because I like it to be lighter and then go out darker, and plus, since I'm a blondie now, I can't really use super dark colors anymore. You can also use this as an eye pencil as well, which is handy, but for me, I like it on my brows a lot. So then I go in with Midnight Brown and just define the outer edges and to ensure that your brow game is very strong. I'm also going to fill it in just a little bit thicker than what I usually would because from what I've seen in pop art makeup, it is a little bit of a more thicker and stronger brow. It kind of complements the clean face. It looks very youthful with thicker brows and a cleaner face. Yes. And now for the star of this look, you're going to whip out your Covergirl Ink It in Aquamarine Ink, and it's this really nice bright blue and it's super saturated. So okay, well, if I can get it open. So I'm going to kind of draw out my shape first, and I'm really going to go in all over my eyelid. And for those who have like more hooded lids like me, you don't have to worry about creasing because it is a more long-wear pencil, so it will last a little while being all over the lid. So I'm just going to roughly shape this out with my eyes open so I know what it looks like, because you guys know the hooded lid struggle. Just feeling good here. Okay, that feels good to me. I think that makes me feel good. You just want to follow your natural eye shape. So as you can see, I'll keep it open so that you can kind of see what you're drawing. So I actually kind of like this cut crease look more. So I'm gonna go with it because I like the way this looks. Ooh, I kind of feel like a comic book character. I think that's the point. Alright, so if you want to blend out the middle part a little bit, I would just take a shader brush and just soften up this middle part so that's a more gradient instead of a non-blended look. So now I'm going to tightline a little bit with the CoverGirl LiquidLine Blast in Black, and I'm just going to tightline up here so that it gives a little bit more dimension since we're not using a mascara. And some people get really like tickly and funny when they do this, but I'm professional. So next I'm using the CoverGirl TruBlend blush. I've talked about this in another video recently, but I'm really liking it because it's very easy to blend and it kind of universally suits most skin tones, being that there's 3 kind of different colors to it. And I like that it doesn't look like a heavy blush. It kind of just looks like there's like a nice blush to your face, like you just saw the person that you have a crush on and you're like, ooh, I'm blushing. So that's the kind of look that I'm going for. Also want to dust this lightly onto my forehead, nose, and chin so that you kind of have that blush all over. So the last thing we need to do is work on our lip situation, and I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Oh Sugar lip balm with a little bit tint of color. I really like it because it's a sheer color and it's a lot more practical where, you know, you get the balm feel but it's nice and smooth and moisturizing, but at the same time you get that little tint of natural color. I'm going to be using number 2 in Candy. This will give me a nice nude pink to go with the dewy skin and let the eyes really speak. It makes my lips so smooth, like my lips just look so kissable right now. So I prepped my hair earlier by using the Pantene Expert Intense Hydration Shampoo and Conditioner because my dry hair really needs it. I knew they wanted me to do something fun with my hair, make it nice and clean, and it also helps smooth my flyaways because, you know, I have some breakage up here from the bleaching, but helps calm it down so that I can get a more sleek back look. Okay, so I'm going to split my hair down the middle to get that really sleek look that we want. And I'm going to use the Pantene Smooth Heat Protectant Spray because when you got bleached hair like me, you need all the protecting and help that you can get. I'm just going to straighten mainly the front part because that's what you'll see the most. You want to focus on the parts that are framing the side of your face so that you know that this part will be nice and smooth. And I'm going to push the hair behind my ears to get that clean look. So now I'm going to be using the Pantene Air Spray, and I've been loving this recently because every time I spray it on, it literally feels like there's no hairspray in my hair. I can run my fingers through it, and it's actually the first alcohol-free aerosol spray, so that's good. Comb that down to get rid of any loose hairs or flyaways. And then I'm going to use a pin and just pin it right behind my ears. So here's the final look. I'm so excited to try on the outfits and pair everything together. If you guys want to check out all the fun outfits and even behind the scenes and other fun stuff, then check out the link below, flare.com/getreadywith for my fun segments.